Waimala, one of our hot listings from the Platinum MVP team. 14 Baywood Drive, another beautiful property. This one's in Palm Harbor, Pinellas County. You've got bay access through your own private boat ramp, community boat ramp. 2913 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Got a completely remodeled 3-story home, wood-burning fireplace in the living room, vaulted ceilings, pool and screened-in back porch, and a waterfront community. 14 Baywood Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Dan Menikheim in the house. Welcome back, sir.
What's up?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Great.
Staying busy out there?
It's busy.
That's awesome. Slide up just a little bit on that mic for me.
Okay.
So, so when we think about the real estate space, we're still in that spring selling season, kind of going into summer. What are you seeing out there in regards to your activities and things of that nature, and even from other realtors?
I'll tell you this. I don't think it's going to last forever, but it's the houses that are selling right now. There's usually only there's several issues always, but there's some decent house. There's definitely some decent houses out there selling. They're selling. They're still selling quickly.
Yep.
So the market for us right now is it's not 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But dead would not be the word. Very busy.
Yeah.
Busy is, pre-COVID boom. It's definitely in that range too. We're seeing houses selling quickly.
Yep, absolutely. And I know Melissa's out there doing a lot of networking as well. So she's got a lot of connections bringing in the business too with her.
Yeah,
meeting.
Yeah, and it's people like you and some of the other realtors out there that are hustlers.
Yep.
They're getting it done, making sure all the things everybody's on point with their stuff. Whether it's hiring the home inspector, getting the appraiser or whatever. So, they're getting it done,
Yep, absolutely. And Dan, let's jump into some of the different things that we have. We had one of our attorneys on the show a couple days ago talking about some of the changes to different laws. Of course, the roofing industry, the insurance industry has been a challenge for some. What have you seen in the roofing space? What kind of challenges are there out there? And you see, because I know sometimes it comes down to like how many years remaining life that we have on a roof.
Yeah, and this goes to, our past customers. I've been doing home inspections for 24 years. I've never seen insurance companies if they're going to insure them, they make them replace the roofs before the lifespan is up.
Right.
And now there's products out there that'll make the roofs last their life expectancy, 25 to 30 years. The peel and stick material underneath these roof systems, at my continuing education course, which I took in person for a long time. They had a piece of it on a shed roof, just the underlayment. The underlayment lasted over 6 years. Then they just tore it down without a leak. Wow. So the shingle, if you have a peel and stick material on your roof, and somebody like me installed it, it's a professional. I think the roof can last 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to not look great, but you're still going to have that underlayment. And a typical roof nowadays lasts about, multi-dimensional shingle or done properly, it's going to last about 17 to 22 years, right? That's
Yep.
just a rule of thumb.
Yep.
So some of them leak that are brand new because they're improperly installed. And then, I've seen a lot over the years, But yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the industry is roofs getting the roof in our neighborhood. Well, my neighborhood, you live a little further down, but yeah, I knew the old owner.
Yep.
And then somebody else, I saw it was for sale. Somebody else bought it. I don't know them yet.
Yep.
Next thing I know, a new roof's going on.
Wow.
Yeah, they're putting a new roof on. And I'm telling you, from a distance, I don't think that roof was. I think they installed that roof since I've lived there, and I've lived in my neighborhood 15 years. I've been there a while. I'm pretty sure he had, and I think they replaced a roof that can last 17 to 22 years. I think they replaced it when it was about 12 years old.
Yeah, I do hear that trend. We see that happening, and I want to elaborate a little bit on that as far as because we used to use felt paper
Yep.
versus the peel and stick. So that's a
Right.
big difference with that. More with Dan Menikheim coming up on the flip side here. SEC Inspections and Prohealth Pest Control coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Later on, we're going to hear from Doug Clark as well, Ours Creole, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, follow us online. We'd love to connect with you. We got a podcast out there, YouTube channel, over 2,000 videos on the YouTube channel. Brandon Rhymes Realty, at Brandon Rhymes 1, at CQB Show. And we'll be right back. More with Dan Menikheim here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for
Cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we got a couple of stories I want to get to as well. I know you probably heard about these homeless veterans getting kicked out of hotel rooms. I want to play a clip on that and talk about that a bit. And when you think about the ultimate disrespect for veterans, the fact that a lot of them are having these issues. They're mentally, challenged in a lot of places. Maybe they're physically damaged as well. And then to be insulted like that, to kick our veterans out of these hotel rooms in favor of illegal immigrants. To me, I never thought we would be at this point in the country to where that would be a political talking point or a political divide. But I'm going to play that clip here in just a moment. Also, kind of an interesting story as well. Uber launches rides for teens. Sounds like something could go wrong there. It sounds like an interesting decision, but we'll see. Maybe there's parental consent built in that. I'm not sure. But let's jump into a couple of our listings. We're going to get into these stories and more with Dan Menikheim as well. We've got a property here. It's a land listing. We've got a land listing at 16188 Cortez Road in Brooksville. We do list a lot of vacant land. We've got about 60 listings total, and about a dozen or so are vacant land. So if you're looking for land out there, we've got some listings for ourselves, and we can also, of course, do a search for you. This one on Cortez Boulevard in Brooksville is 1.37 acres, prime location to build a business. Great opportunity for retail, dining, and other shopping type businesses. It's a high traffic area. You're very close. You got a high traffic count proximity to Brooksville. Excellent visibility and exposure in a convenient area as well. 188 Cortez Boulevard, Brooksville. All right, let's look at Gardenia Drive, 3331 Gardenia Drive here. This is in Hernando Beach. Hernando Beach, this is a gorgeous home. You've got extra wide canals up in that area. You got bay access, 6 bedrooms, 4 bath, 4,500 square feet. You got bamboo flooring, vaulted ceilings, gorgeous spiral staircase, 2-story screen lanai with a pool and a balcony overlooking the canal, split floor plan, 6-bedroom home, 4,500 square feet. 3331 Gardenia Drive, Hernando Beach. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, so we love our veterans, and unfortunately, that's not a universal theme. Here's a Migrants for Veterans clip.
Homeless veterans are being kicked out of hotels in New York to make room for migrants arriving to the city. Meanwhile, New York Mayor Eric Adams, who's been busing these migrants to just outside the city, is now working overtime to reverse course on the Sanctuary City platform he ran on.
Here to discuss is Daily Wire reporter Amanda Prestigiacomo. So Amanda, first tell us about these pretty troubling reports of homeless veterans being removed from hotels in New York.
Yeah, sure thing. A veteran-focused nonprofit, the Eric Israel Tony Foundation, told the New York Post last week that some 20 veterans had been booted from at least 2 hotels in Orange County, New York, and they were told that was because of, quote, what's going on with the immigrants. Migrants are reportedly being bused from New York City at Mayor Adams' behest to these areas in New York. The government or taxpayers are paying the tab and offering the hotels an extra $100 a night to sweeten the deal for these hotels to take in the migrants. Meanwhile, this nonprofit, the YIT Foundation, is scrambling to place these veterans.
And there's been a lot of backlash from both sides of the aisle over this.
Yeah, so, just a sickening another development here with veterans being treated that way. And unfortunately, it's due to the open southern border. We know there's about 4.5 million. I know Trump said in his town hall debate or town hall forum that he said it's probably closer to 15 million. But anyways, let's go back into the local community here. We got Dan Menikheim in the house, SEC Inspections, and his other company is Prohealth Pest Control. Dan, you are a family business, and talk a little about the dynamic there. You know, for small businesses, we're under pressure nowadays. You know, of course, with inflation, things costing a lot more money, and but it's great to be in business with family. Sometimes.
You know, you work with your wife too, right?
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
So, no. It's you know, and I'll be doing something with my wife after the show that's business related, and it'll be social, kind of, you know, we're meeting somebody out for some lunch, or late lunch, actually.
Yep.
And, you know, that part's great, you know, and when two people are very passionate about what they do,
right,
sometimes, you know, I'm just lucky I can do it. I mean, most of the, you know, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I love it being my wife. No one trusts each other more than each other.
Right.
And sometimes we have to take a step back and go, hey, we're arguing about something that we both want the same result.
Exactly.
And we can laugh at it. And we've been doing it for, I've been doing home inspections for 24 years. It took me a couple years to get busy enough to bring on Melissa, but you know, we've been doing, I think she's been doing it for about 22. So a couple years afterwards, I've been in the pest control business for, what was it, 11 years or something like that? 12
Nice.
years? Yeah. And they're you know, helping customers out, helping people. You know, we have a great, we have a smaller business. There's less than 20 employees between both businesses.
Yep.
But both them. You know, I don't know how much we have to grow to where I start hating a couple employees, but currently, I really do enjoy it. I mean, I saw one of my guys on the road today. We're rolling down the windows at a stoplight, you know, and I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, and you know, it was great to see him. It's like everybody that works for us currently, we really enjoy them. You know, we wish the best for them. It's wonderful. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, when you bring people in and you kind of see their growth and you see the dedication to the job and
the dedication to us.
Yeah, exactly.
And our dedication to them.
Yeah.
They get Melissa. I was on a quick story. I was on a phone call. She's out of town, and I got to pick up the home inspectors. They drive their own vehicles.
Yep.
So Melissa picks up their pest control cards, which I had to do. And I said, let me tell you guys, no Melissa. We're choosing one gas card. I mean, I'm driving around to BJ's, to racetrack, whatever. Everybody wants their gas cards from somewhere else. I'm like, holy cow, who would do that? Well, that's how my wife treats everybody, you know. Yeah. That's a good dynamic, her and myself. So yeah, we enjoy it.
Family-run business.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It used to be the mom and pop shop.
There you go. Exactly. A lot of business. That's how I grew up in a family-run business like that too. I want to get into a couple different things. So, SEC inspection side, I want to go to. We talked about roof. I want to get into the electrical box, but also on the Prohealth Pest control side. What's the major topic right now? Is it termites that you're seeing mostly?
Yeah, you know, it's termite season. So, I mean, you can just see, we get a lead report. I get it daily on my phone and whatever. And I mean, they're calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, the termites are coming. They're here. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like sometimes you don't expect it. Our house is newer, and we ended up having had to do a treatment on it. And it's I say brand new, but I guess it's 4 or 5 years old now.
Yeah, but they were already installed.
Oh, you mean from the cabinets?
Yeah. They came with them.
Okay.
They came in them. No termite got in your house.
Really?
Listen.
Sometimes
that neighborhood,
happens,
there's not a lot of swarmers. That whole section is new construction.
Right.
They're going to have driveway termites a couple streets over from you.
Right.
Their ability to fly from over there, get through your windows and doors, go into your cabinets. No, they came installed in those cabinets.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So I got that free of charge then.
Yeah. No.
The termites came with it.
No pre-treatment would help that out.
Oh wow, there you go. Well, that's interesting. So something to think about. Get that test done. Prohealth Pest Control, and then back over to the SEC inspection side. Another issue that you come into a lot is these electrical boxes. That's something. What can homeowners look at or even prepare for when it comes to that?
They just has your panel box been updated in the last 40 years?
Right.
40. I mumbled a little there.
So it's that.
So that's a good place to look. I've been doing this 24 years, right? I said that. I don't want to bore anybody else by saying it again. But I just realized the other day I've been doing it over 20. So it's been like around 20, but now I'm closer to 25. But 40 years. Most of the panels are 40 years and younger, most of the panels aren't the bad panels anymore.
Okay.
I mean, we used to see panels the insurance company didn't like that were in the 80s. Well, guess what? The 80s, you're probably, around 40 years old in the 80s, in the early 80s, So, yeah, if the panel's over 40 years old, have an electrician come out and take a look at it.
And that's a fire hazard at some point,
well,
right?
All the safety is in the electric panel.
Yeah.
So if there's something going on with your wiring somewhere else,
yeah,
you got an infestation or whatever. Well, if say a rodent chews on the wire and it's causing an arc in the system, well, if your panel's working, it'll trip the panel. It'll trip the break of the panel, so it won't cause a fire.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I know it's not the greatest. Only a couple engineers in my lifetime really like the new panel. Most homeowners, even a new roof looks nice, right? If it's a little cleaner looking, whatever. Electric panel, most people, who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's definitely a safety hazard that people need to, take seriously. I think check your smoke detectors.
Okay.
And check your panel. That would be, that'd be a safety tip to everybody out there.
I like that. Yep. We're talking with Dan Menikheim here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And Dan, I took a listing yesterday. It was a really interesting, a nice home, but he had this generator in the garage area, and the generator had a little battery attached to it, so it's kind of like a remote start or just a push button start. And it was also not a gasoline burning, but it had the hookup like you might see going to your grill. So it was a propane hookup. That's something I want to look at, and I think that would be pretty cool because you can wire those things in directly into your existing panel. I mean, there's extra things parts that you'd have to put in there, right?
Yeah,
but
they automatically start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to get something like that.
Yeah.
And I had never seen one with a propane hookup like that.
Well, I mean, our area, we live off the same street, kind of. Our power doesn't go down much. But if your power but that's today, right? Trees get bigger. There's still power lines around,
Yep.
It's not all the way underground to our house. It can happen for sure. But, that's great. Yeah, there's nothing like, being safe, or having some power when power goes down. Is that way for backup? When
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. Backup, hurricane season. Who knows? You never know. Like terrorist threats. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. This artificial intelligence stuff's getting crazy too. With, the ability for them to, the AI to actually go in through your computer systems, your security systems, Alexas, your Googles, and all those different devices. So who knows what would go down? But that's one of the things I want to add on to the home nexus. Some kind of a system.
And no one's going to let us know how far it's gone before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's going to say, "Hey, you know what?"
Pump the brakes on the AI, folks.
Yeah. No, we know that's not happening. Yeah, China's taking a break right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
exactly.
Or the government. Our government. Yeah,
exactly. The big tech, really. Big tech.
Big tech. Yeah, which runs the country.
They're the ones behind it. Absolutely. All right, Dan Menikheim, SEC Inspection Services, also Prohealth Pest Control. Always a pleasure. How do you want folks to connect and parting words of wisdom?
Yeah, if you got any questions about anything we talked today or anything construction-wise, you could always, SECinspectionservice.com. You could always look that up, get the number, get my email. It's in there. Email us, talk to us. I can give you a call back. That's free of charge. And any pest control problems, ProHealthPestControl.com. Email Lynn, which Lynn at or customer at ProHealthPestControl.com. We'll give you a call back, set up a free appointment, and we can go from there.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks for coming in, Dan.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one.
Say hello to Melissa for us as well.
I will.
All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, Doug Clark, Hours Creole, official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Kind of give you a taste of the town here. He's got a great menu, great location there on Tarpon Avenue in Tarpon Springs. Douglas Clark on the Consumer Quarterback Show coming up here in just a moment. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.